Hi guys, welcome to the second video for the KS3 booklet. Today we're going to look at the questions regarding the structural analysis. I've had quite a few questions about this one. So the first thing we're doing is we're completing the grid. Now remember, this is all on the extract that you started at the beginning of the booklet, the one about Ruby and the tornado. We're still looking at that extract, but this time we're going to look at the whole extract rather than just a section. So first thing we need to do is put these in order. Now you're going to go 1 to 7. You're going to put the first event is going to be number 1 and the last event is going to be number 7. So you'll need to have this extract and be looking through it as you do it. Now I think it's a really good idea if you print this off, because then you won't have to do too much flicking between Word pages. Make life a lot easier for you. You then need to answer the question. So the previous question has helped you with this because you've put the events in order. Now, for those of you who are in year 8, this question won't be new to you. For those of you in year 9, you should be able to manage this. Year 7, this will be a little bit new to you, although we've practiced it in lessons. So what we are asked to do is look at the whole of the source, so everything. And you're reminded that this text is the beginning of a novel, so it's right at the very beginning. So we have to remember that at the beginning of a novel, writers try to do things. They will set the scene, they will introduce the characters, they will set up the events. You might have something quite dramatic happen to build tension. So those are the things you should be thinking about. You then asked to look at structure. Now remember, structure is not language. Structure is like scaffolding. So if you think about a building being put up, it has scaffolding around it to hold it in place. It organises it. That's what you're looking at here. So we don't want you to talk about similes, metaphors, adjectives. We're not talking about any of those things. What we're looking at is structure. And it's how it's used to interest you as a reader. Now you might say, well, I'm not interested in it as a reader. That's fine. Cross out the you, cross out the as. How is it interesting a reader? Okay, any reader, not necessarily you. Now we give you 3 bullet points to focus on. What the writer focuses your attention on at the beginning, how the writer changes as the source develops, and any other structural features. Now I would say any other structural features would be always look at the end. Okay. Now just like we've practiced, we're going to use our B, M, E structure, our beginning, our middle, our end. We might start with something like at the beginning of the extract, or at the beginning of the source, the writer focuses our attention on, and then you'll say what the writer focuses your attention on. So if we look at the booklet, if we look at the extract and we look at the beginning, she hadn't travelled more than halfway there when she realised she'd left it too late. There's a little bit of drama built up in the beginning of that. So you might want to say things like, we're focused our attention on a character, we're not told her name, we're given a little bit of tension, it was too late, engages as a reader because it makes us ask questions. So we want to do that. Then you'd look at a couple more examples. Now remember, you do need to give quotations, but the quotations are there to support what you're saying about structure. We don't want to start going, travelled is a verb, because there's no need for it in this question. This is one of the only 2 questions where you can talk about we as readers, so you can sort of include yourself. I feel when you talk about that bit, beginning, middle, end. Now again, like with the previous question we looked at in language, you have a lot of pages. You are expected to write a developed answer. Okay, we want a couple of quotes in each section, beginning, middle, end. When you're going through the extract, find where it all changes. I'll give you a hint. It's either somewhere to do with the tornado or something to do with the snake. Have a little look at how it changes, how the writer shows us that change. Okay. Remember, once again, on your Word document, I would delete these lines and just type your answer underneath. You don't need all the lines. No, you don't need to write 4 pages of A4, but we are looking for you to write 1 to 1.5 to 2 pages, depending on where you are in terms of your learning journey. So for example, if your learning journey is advanced, I would be expecting you to write in a lot more detail than perhaps somebody whose learning journey is foundation. Okay guys, I'll follow this up with one for the evaluation question, but then I'm going to leave you on your own for the writing question, which is at the back of the paper. Thanks a lot. Speak to you soon. Bye.